Most of the permitting delay that you're blaming on the regulator started inside your own project, months before you even filed anything. It's tempting to think as a proponent that the environmental assessment is the big approval. So if you clear that, the rest should be simple. It's an easy assumption to make because the EA is loud, it's public, it's a political fight. It feels like the main event. But approval isn't the same thing as being ready to build. You can get your EA and still not be able to put a shovel in the ground. Because construction needs a stack of other things: a fisheries authorization, a water license, land tenure, road access, construction phase permits, conditions that have to be discharged first. Miss one of those and your shovel waits. The EA was never the finish line. It's more like the front gate with a number of other mini marathons waiting for you along the way. Now, there's no single way to run a permitting program. It depends on your project, your jurisdiction, your level of risk. But there are a couple things that you can do to start a permitting program that will help you get through your permits as efficiently as possible. Before you lock in your project design, do these two things: build a permit register and a study to permit matrix. The register is the simplest item, and it's probably the one you're already doing. The register is just simply every approval the project needs: federal, provincial, municipal, indigenous, sector specific. For each approval, note who the decision maker is, what information they need, and what triggers it. For example, working around water. And to be fair to regulators, most of this is already published. The Impact Assessment Agency has permitting guidelines, the provincial regulators outline their requirements, the map exists, you just need to connect the dots. This is the proponent's job. Nobody is going to do this for you. Pro tip: AI has become very good at helping you stitch this map together. Just make sure you double check whatever it gives you. Importantly, the timing of the permit register matters. You build the register before the design freeze, not after. Because once your route, your footprint, your water source, your camp location are baked into the cost estimate in the investor deck, changing them gets expensive. You want to think about how permitting might impact your design before you've committed to it. Now let's move to the matrix, because the matrix is where you're going to save time and money. For every baseline study that you complete, ask one simple question: which approvals does this support? Not just the EA, all of them. Let's look at a fish and a fish habitat study. If you scope the study just for an environmental assessment application, it might fall short of what's needed for a Fisheries Act authorization. There's different tests, meaning you could potentially end up paying for two studies covering very similar things. If you spend the time looking at what's required for all of your permits in relation to fish habitat, you can potentially conduct one study that meets the needs of all of them, saving you significant time and money. Because let me be clear, it's often not just that you're missing a permit requirement, it's that you're missing a field season. In Canada, missing a field season can cost you an entire year. That's the whole case for doing this early. The register tells you what permits you need. The matrix tells you what studies you need to do for those permits and how they can be optimized. Run both before expensive surprises come up and they're still easy to fix. So the next time somebody says the regulator is the problem, well, that could be true. It's also worth asking the harder question: did we hand them a project with all the necessary information for the regulator to make a decision? If you're struggling with permitting, I'd be curious what you're seeing on the ground. Please reach out directly or leave a comment below. To everybody else, thank you for watching.